Hi guys. So in this video, we'll be discussing about one of the important behavioral design pattern, which is a mediator design pattern. Okay. You might not be knowing, but whenever you are chatting with someone through WhatsApp or through messaging application, what do you think? That message is going from your end to that particular receivers and directly without any mediator in between. No, there is a server kind of thing. There is a particular thing which comes in between you as a sender and someone who is receiving the message. Okay, there is something lies in between, and that which something lies in between, that is called as a mediator. Okay, so now let's dive deep into it and let's understand why we need this and with some use case. Okay. Yeah, from the name itself, we will get to know like mediator means something which lies in middle. Okay, so there will be some mediator from where the conversation will go through. Okay, rather than two objects directly communicating with each other, there will be a mediator through which the communication will happen. Okay, so this design pattern states that two objects will never interact with each other directly, rather they will interact via a mediator. Okay, mediator, it can be object or it can be anything. Okay, so for example, chat application, airline management system, where the signal will come from a particular airline signaling to another airline that this is the right point to land or not. Okay, so there will be a mediator which lies in between, which communicate that whether any other airline is landing to that particular pad or not. Okay, so there is a mediator lying in between. And with respect to online auction system as well, if you understand, so if someone is bidding, like I want to bid some 1 million US dollar, let's suppose, so then that notification should go to other bidders as well, like yes, someone has bid on it, so now I have to raise the target. Okay, and now I have to raise the money which is greater than that particular bid value which a person has bid on. Okay, so that notification has to go through all the bidders. So for that sake, online auction system is one of the good example for mediator design pattern. Okay, so why we are going for this mediator design pattern? So this, because this design pattern encourages loose coupling. Okay, so it will allow those objects, that bidder objects, to communicate with each other via a mediator. Okay, so there will be two objects. One is first bidder, second is second bidder. Okay, so those two bidders will not communicate with each other directly. Rather, what will happen, there will be a mediator. So there will be a person sitting who will be as a judge. Okay, they will be sitting, he will be seeing like who is placing the bid, who is registering to place the bid. Those all things he will monitor. Okay, so those bidder will communicate with that particular person who is the judge, who is seeing like who and all are placing the bid. Okay, so after that one person is placing the bid, it will communicate that the information about that bid to that particular judge, who is a person, and who will act as a mediator. And then from that mediator, only the second or other bidders will get to know like, yes, I need to place a bid which will be higher than the first bidder has placed a bid upon. Okay, so this is the way like mediator design pattern, how it works internally. So let's understand through UML diagrams like how it is internally working and what type of relationships are there in between. So I hope you have understood about those relationships, like has a relationship, is a relationship. So those will be used in design patterns. If you haven't gone through that, just try to go through those videos, okay, and understand the relationship between classes. So this is the UML diagram basically for mediator design pattern. Here you will see there is a colleague. Okay, so let me write it down over here. So here you can see there is a colleague interface. Okay, so colleague will set the mediator. Okay, so there's a has a relationship, like colleague will be having a mediator. Okay, similar to that online auction system, that auction will be having a mediator. Okay, that on whole online auction system will be having one mediator which regulates the bidders. Okay, those who are placing the bid on a particular auction. Okay, so similar to that, colleague is there. Colleague is an interface basically who is having certain methods like set mediator, send message. So whatever message it want to send, it will send to a mediator. Now mediator will manage all the bidders, all the concrete mediators. Okay, then from concrete mediators, here you will see there is a send message method within mediator interface. Okay, so send message will have a has a relationship with concrete mediator. So in concrete mediator class, here you will see there are colleague references. So these are colleagues. These are nothing but bidders, those who are placing the bid. So those references are getting created and they will send a message. So if within this concrete colleagues, there will be set mediator. So it will set the mediator, like mediator, from mediator only these colleagues will get to know like how much amount of bid that particular bidder has placed. Then there is a message like their notification, how it will be sent. Those who is placing the bid, that person will not get the notification, but other people, other bidders will get the notification. Let's suppose Dave, Raj, Seema, three people are there as a bidder. Okay, and let's suppose Dev is applying for a bid. Okay, when Dev is applying a bid, let's suppose for 5,000 rupees, then Dev will not get the notification, right? Ki Dev has applied a bid of 5,000 rupees. No, because Dev knows. But other people, okay, Raj and Seema needs to get the notification like Dev has applied a bid on a particular auction system. Okay, so similar to that concept, we need to implement something like that. So I hope you are getting the concept. So here you can see colleague. Colleague is an interface and there is a concrete colleague. It's one of the name. Okay, let's suppose one of the bidder name. So bidder name one, bidder name two. It can be Raj, Seema, Dev. It will have a is a relationship because colleague is a particular colleague name. Okay, so all person are colleagues. Okay, so there will be is a relationship. Okay, Raj is a colleague, Dev is a colleague, so there will be is a relationship. And from mediator, there is a relationship between concrete mediator, and colleague and mediator will have a has a relationship because entire online auction system will be conducted by a mediator. So online auction system, whole system is having a person like has a mediator. So I hope this relationship is very clear with you, right? Has a relationship and is a relationship. Now let's understand through online auction system, like how we can implement this mediator design pattern. Okay, so this is basically the whole structure, which is a relationship diagram, which you can understand. Like here you can see there is a colleague who is placing the bid, who is receiving bid notification, and some name will be there of a colleague. Okay, then there is a mediator interface, which will be having auction mediator. Okay, so there will be a has a relationship between colleague and auction mediator. Then that particular auction mediator can add a bidder name. Okay, auction mediator will add bidder's name, who and all are bidding. Auction mediator will have the information about all the bidders, those who are bidding, okay, on a particular system. Then they can place bid as well, right? So who is that person who is placing the bid and of how much amount? That particular information will be there with the auction mediator, basically. Okay, so these two are interfaces. So these two interfaces will have a has a relationship because colleague has a auction mediator. Okay, so this is the relationship between the two. Then if I'm considering auction mediator is, so there will be a class. Okay, so this is a mediator concrete class which implements auction mediator. So it will have a list of all the colleagues, like who and all are actually placing the bid. It will have the information about that. And then we are adding the bidder amount, like this colleague is there, colleague reference bidder. Okay, and then all colleagues who are getting added to the list of all the bidders list, all will be added to colleagues list. Okay, the list of colleague is already being created. So then placing bid method is being created where the reference of colleague who is the actual bidder, that name is there, and the bid amount, like how much amount they want to bid. So I'm running a loop, and that particular person who is actually placing the bid should not receive the notification, and rest other person should receive the notification. For that, we have written down the condition over here. So here, if you can observe, I've written this condition if colleague dot get name dot equals is not of it. So from this not sign, we will get to know there is a not sign over here. So from not sign, what we will get to know, like those who has actually placed the bid should not receive the notification because he has already placed the bid. He should not get the he should not receive the notification. So, and all other people will receive the notification of this bid amount, how much amount has been bid. And understanding that, only the other receivers will get to know, like I need to place a bid which is having higher amount than the receiver, than the particular person one, bidder one. Okay. So there is a class bidder which implements colleague. So there is a relationship between colleague and bidder. Okay, because bidder is a colleague only, right? So there is a relationship between the two. Then there's a name, then auction mediator reference, this auction mediator interface reference being created. Then in the constructor, if you observe this bidder class constructor, if you observe, we are adding this bidder. Okay, we are adding this bidder, like which is the current colleague. Okay, we are adding the particular bidder name in the auction mediator, basically. And then we are overriding place bid method, which are actually the abstract method in interface colleague. So those methods are being overridden, and then the person who is actually bidding, that particular colleague will be put over here, like this, the current colleague. Okay, then the bid amount, how much amount that current colleague is placing the bid upon. So then receive bid notification, like bidder who is actually placing the bid, that will not get the notification, but other people will get the notification. So for receiving notification, this method has been written, and then get name will return me the name. Okay, so we will be writing a driver class now, and then within driver class, we will be seeing like how these all classes are interacting with each other. So here, if you can see, I have created one auction mediator, okay, which is having add bidder and place bid method. And then there is bidder interface, which implements colleague. So colleague is an interface. So colleague is having place bid method, receive bid notification method, and get name method, which I've already shown you. Then there is an auction mediator interface, then is auction class. Okay. Then auction class implements auction mediator, which is having list of colleagues. All colleagues data will be added in the add bidder. Okay. Then this condition is written if the colleague who has actually placed a bid will not get a notification, others will get it. That logic is written. And then the driver class, if you see, I have created a reference for the mediator, because mediator will be one, right? In the entire auction system, there will be one mediator who actually controls all the bidder information, like who and all are placing the bid and what will be the amount. It will be the mediator in between. And then these two colleagues, I'm considering for simplicity's sake, I'm considering two bidders, bidder one, bidder two, like Raj and Dev. Okay, so let's suppose bidder one, like Raj is placing a bid of 3,000 rupees. Then what will happen if Raj is placing a bid of 3,000 rupees, then Dev should get notified like Raj has placed a bid of 3,000 rupees. And if Dev is placing a bid of 5,000 rupees, and Raj should get notified upon that. Okay, so if I run this, so here, if you see bidder, Dev got a notification, because here you see Raj has placed a bid of 3,000 rupees. So Dev has got a notification that someone has placed bid of 3,000 rupees. Okay. Raj didn't got the notification. Dev got the notification. Okay. And when Dev is bidding for 5,000 rupees, then Raj is getting notification that someone has placed bid of 5,000 rupees. Now Raj will place bid which is higher than 5,000 rupees. Okay. So like this, the bid will keep on going. So I hope you got the idea of the entire mediator design pattern, how it works internally. And then it requires two relationship to understand has a relationship, is a relationship. So for that, we need to understand aggregation and composition concept, whole relationship between the classes, like is a, has a relationship, uses a relationship. Just try to understand that design pattern first if you're not understanding this, and then come to this. I hope you have understood this design pattern. So in the next video, we will go into the next set of design patterns. Till then, keep on revising, keep on practicing the concept, try to put it in your ID, try to revise it, okay, and try to implement these concepts as well. So I can give you a homework, like you can do airline management system by yourself. Try to give references, try to create interfaces like it has a user relationship, and then try to implement mediator design pattern by yourself. Okay, then we'll see you in the next video with next set of behavioral design pattern. With this, it's Devjit Roy signing off. Bye bye.